Hi everyone, Annette from Aussie Reborn Supplies and Miracle Babies Newborn Nursery here. Today I just wanted to do a quick video of Misty Lee just before I put her together. I wanted to show everyone how this kind of system works. So first thing I want to show you is about the torso as such. Now it isn't actually used like that. We cut it all away. So you need to have your scalpel and literally cut along the line. So you just have to bear with me for a minute while I cut all around the edges. So you can see that when I've painted, I've literally painted just to these edges. I haven't painted that because that all comes away and is a byproduct, goes in the bin. Or if you're smart savvy, you can use that for like a testing limb. You can do some testing paints on it. It's really good if you like your learning, you want to do, maybe you haven't done a African American biracial color before, Asian color before. You might want to then use that to do some tests. And that is exactly what it's for. It's really good. So I've nearly got this done. If you've got a nice sharp scalpel, please keep it away from, your own limbs because they normally cut very easy. My scalpel is pretty sharp, but is still a little bit on the blunt side. But it's still going through very easy. So this is our byproduct, the product that will not be used. And then we have the actual top torso, which will be used. Okay, so how we do this is you get a little cardboardy thing. Now I've already put it in before I decided to do the video, but I will still show you. Underneath that, actually, take that off. Underneath this one was a smaller disc, exactly like that. And what I have done is I've just put it inside the head and then I'll put this back over the top. So if you could imagine, what is inside is exactly this, but a smaller size. That was so we could get it in there. So then I just put this back there. It just simply sits on there like that. Now this takes a little bit of pulling and straining. So mind me. So what happens here is, oh sorry, what am I doing? Being silly. This does not go there. This goes on the inside of that, and that keeps them together. So this will go in there. Sorry if I'm confusing you. Let me put this inside my torso, just like that. So it fits in. So you can see my eye there. That's exactly where we want it. Try to get it nice in the middle, like that. Okay? Then this goes inside. It'll go in here. What we'll do first, get your little hook. You'll get this hook with your kit if you get it directly from the main supplier. If you buy it second hand or someone's selling it, they might forget to give you this. So you can make your own just with like an old clothes hanger. You can bend it up to shape, but it might not have the strength of this, so you just got to be careful with that. So I've just put the hook through there, and then I get little Misty's head. Remember, this is really fiddly because you're trying to juggle everything. You're trying to juggle, like this obviously is all freshly glued and it's all in place, and you don't want anything to knock out of place. But if it's glued properly, it won't, but it's always a worry no matter what. So what you do is you get this hook to grab onto this hook. As simple as that to start with. And then you pull the two together. And what this will, it's not a major pull. All we're doing is getting the outer hook into there. You see that? So I can take my hook off now, and I can show you that that is on there, and it'll be able to be movable. But in here we have the little hook. So what you've got to do with that is put this. Okay, sorry about that. My phone actually ran out of space, so I had to make some space. So back to where we were. We've got the little hook, just like that, and we need to put this little cylinder over the hook. Just like that. Just like that. Okay? Then what you will do, this will be a little bit hard for me to show while I'm doing it, is you need to get your hook and put it inside the little tunnel and hook up the hook in there. So now I could hold that like this because my hook is attached to that hook inside there. Now gets the hard part, and I might not be able to show you properly. I have to pull this very tight, very strong, so the hook that I've hooked it to will hook over that little tube. So let me do this. Oh, I got it. Well, that was amazing. It wasn't as hard as I've done it before. So as you can see there, that hook is now hooked over the little cylinder. Misty's head will now be able to turn and is nice and strong on that upper torso there. Okay, so now you might be thinking, well, what next? Okay, what next is to get your baby ready. So put your glass beads in the limbs. Hopefully you're going to use some plugs on the end of those limbs to keep the glass beads in. Then you're going to do everything normally that you would do. You'll put the body onto the limbs, you'll put the glass beads and the stuffing into the body, and then it'll come time where you need to attach it here. And when you're doing it there, I will have to come back and absolutely tell you, because I'm not 100% sure with that myself. That kind of sounds really dumb, doesn't it? But my next option is when we actually get the body all done, see, normally you would be attaching the top of the head, the neck, to this neck. But as such, this doesn't have a neck to attach it to, like a hidden neck. I'll have to see how it goes. Maybe it actually goes underneath that. But I do know once you've got the body all ready, the head's all ready, this part here, can you see where there's a little dots everywhere? There's a dot on her shoulder there. There's a dot on the back. There's a dot in the center of her back. And there. And what actually happens is I'll actually put a hole through that spot, and then it actually gets sewn onto the body. So each little bit gets sewn onto the body so it sits there nice and tight. What I need to double check is how the neck of the body stays in there nice and secure without the sewing. So I'll make another quick video to explain what I did, but you might know that yourself, but at least now you know that these little spots will just get sewn to the body. So Misty Lee is almost ready to be completed. Okay, so it's all figured out. I've weighted and stuffed Misty Lee's body, as you can see. She's nice and squishy but still very tight, and I do that because with the polyfill it tends to, I don't know, disintegrate when when you get in there, and by the time a couple of months pass it's really quite loose. So I like to nicely pack it so it's nice and strong. And yeah, what I had to do was I just tied, some of your Reborn bodies come with strings, so I just stuffed it, tied that in a really good knot and tucked that in there. And so all we have to do now is literally sit Misty on there and do your stitches. So you'll just have a needle and thread. To make those holes in Misty's torso, you'll need, either a drill bit or a nose awl, if you know what that is. You might have seen it. And you just pop it in, spin it, and it will poke that hole in. So you can see that's coming through the other side there, like that. And then you literally find exactly where you want the torso to be, and you just thread it through there and then thread it into the body. So if I just go through here and into the body and out, this will take a little bit of fussing about, but I just wanted to show you. So you'll just go into the body and then come out and then go around again. This isn't something that you'll see a lot of. It'll be more so the upper neck and this part that is meant for little girls with dresses and things like that. So that's how you do it. I'll show a picture of her once she's all together. And if you have any questions of how to do this half upper torso, or chest plate actually, upper chest and back plate, if you have any more questions, just ask me. It was the first time I'd actually put one together, but it was very easy and she'll look great. Okay, see you soon.